Hi, ho everyone. My name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome to the 22nd episode of Gigi Over Easy. In today's video, we talk about a couple things. We start out...
Is today the 22nd episode? Or is it 23?
22nd. Because I was confused last time, but the last one was 21.
Oh, okay. I thought this was 23.
The fact that we don't know is kind of sad. But hey, I mean, after we hit double digits, and it's like,
It's just a podcast.
another
man.
one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
one.
saying?
Just ring them out.
Yeah.
Except when we miss them.
Bada bing, bada boom. We missed a couple weeks, but that's okay. It's not important. This episode, we talk about the Destiny 2 puzzle.
And puzzles in general. How many we've done.
And for about 20 minutes, I was just so confused.
Yeah, it's really confusing. But we learn.
Hopefully it's solved by now. Again, because we're also headed to PAX South. So we'll be gone this weekend. Then we talked about some games coming in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Rob had a question.
Thank you for saying it was a question.
Even after an answer,
I guess it was a tweet.
he was still confused, even though...
I tweeted a tweet. And,
he tweeted the wow, that's what you do.
Yeah, I tweeted a tweet.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. He tweeted the tweet. We answer some Patreon questions, all that kind of stuff. We do what we do. We love you guys.
We'll see you at PAX South.
More or less. Hello, you've tried to reach Gigi Over Easy.
Oh.
We can't come to the phone right now because we're at PAX South 2020.
Woo, woo, woo,
But in the meantime, you have this podcast. It's like we aren't gone at all.
But we just recorded it in the past.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a thing. You can do that?
Well, you have to solve this like puzzle that's time gated, and then you get to
Yeah, it's tough because you're like, all the pieces have to be here. But little did you know, the box is missing that one edge piece, and you have to wait until the software or the publishers,
come on,
distributors, I don't know, sends you the piece.
Wait, so Jigsaw is people who make them. Do they make the picture first and then cut it, or do they cut and then put the picture? Why do you laugh? What do you laugh?
It's definitely picture first. I thought you were about to say, like, do they just have a whole bunch of pieces and paint them separately and then stick them together and be like, wow, it works?
No, I know how it works. I'm sure I just didn't know if they the robot machine did the zzz and then cut it all up and made the things and then they paint over that or and then it puts the picture over it.
3D print paint?
Oh my god, shut your mouth.
I am almost positive, at least this would seem like the easier way, is you print the picture first. Because if you cut first, then you're going to have the contours. And then when you try and paint, it could bleed or I could see it. So. Possibly not.
But then if you cut first, you get every kind of nook and cranny. You know what I mean? Because if you cut it first, you may burn some of the pieces off. I think they may cut first. Actually, I think
you have a good point.
Yeah. See, I don't want you don't want to burn the picture because they have to.
Let's just never figure out. This should be one of those things. It's always like.
Have you ever solved a big puzzle?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, okay. What's a big puzzle?
Like 1,000, at least 1,000 pieces.
I think so. Once.
Really? In high school or something?
I think middle school. My mom had a puzzle phase, so I was like, oh, I'll get a puzzle.
What was it the puzzle of?
They're pretty boring. I want to say it was Batman. Something Batman.
Just
we went to
Batman
Walmart
related?
And I just got the biggest pieces that wasn't just the prairie or something.
Wow,
down on the prairie.
Down yonder.
It's always the big ones are always just old prairies, Wild West. Or
Oregon
Winterscapes.
The
Oregon Trail.
That was one of the coolest games ever. Did you ever do a puzzle, Blue?
I've done plenty of puzzles.
Really?
They were a huge.
Yeah, I'm talking
puzzle?
at least 1,000 pieces. That's a big puzzle to me.
Yeah, I've
big.
definitely done that before.
Wow. What's the biggest?
I don't know. I just
20K?
remember doing this. It was this Thomas the Tank Engine puzzle because I was huge as a kid. I was balls deep, just on that's my lore.
Oh, really? That's your ODG.
Whenever I need to look back at my childhood, I just anything positive, I can never find it. But usually, Thomas the Tank Engine is the one bright light of my childhood. So
in your anime moments when you have flashbacks, is it a loose picture of Thomas the Tank? You can
it's
do
just
it,
Thomas.
Blue.
Yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine is my all might.
Oh my god!
Never stop chugging.
Is that weird that
Never
Thomas
stop
the
chugging.
Train freaked me out? I never liked him as a kid.
Really?
He freaked me out.
It's a little uncanny.
He's he's my sleep paralysis.
Uncanny
demon.
Valley moment, with the human faces on trains.
Yeah, and then you it cuts to him. He's like,
yeah, I don't
frowning.
like that. Yeah, and then he's rapping Biggie Smalls too. Yeah, not about it.
Bum, bum, dum, bum, 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 bum.
It's funny we're talking about puzzles because I remember when Sydney and I first started dating, I was like, I'm gonna impress her. I'm gonna do something really cool, and I was like, something that's like totally different, and that you
150-piece puzzle. Let's do it.
No, it's
Thomas
worse. So like, I'm like, we're gonna do something fun that like nobody does. So she thinks like, don't just play fucking video games all the time. I was like,
spoilers.
We're gonna do this jigsaw puzzle, and I was like, and it's gonna be of the Colorado 14ers. And I was like, this is gonna be sick. And I was like, 1,000-piece puzzle. I was like, like I show it to her, I like give it to her, and she's like, Rob, this is 1,000 pieces. And I was like, yeah,
rookie.
And she's like, have you ever done a puzzle? I was like, no. I was like, this will probably take us 2.5, 3 hours. And she's like, 2.5 to 3 hours. She's like, all right. So we literally sit there on the hotel of our floor and just like, and like, I'm not kidding you, maybe
sort the edges first.
2 hours go by and we just finished like sorting the edges. And I was like, this was a mistake. Do you want to go out to like dinner or a movie or something? Oh, this is a terrible idea. I'm sorry. And then we never did the puzzle ever again. We did finish it though, but like I think 3 or 4 months later.
But you tried.
Exactly.
It's the thought.
Mm-hmm. But I would not recommend doing a 1,000-piece puzzle on like, I don't know, 5th date.
I wouldn't really recommend it unless you're really patient and had nothing better to do. I guess they're not that boring, but.
Well, I mean, it sounds better than like the Destiny 2 puzzles.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking of puzzles.
Okay.
I've just been seeing the drama on Twitter.
Well, let's go to our resident Destiny 2 expert.
We know a guy.
Yes.
On the call here, BlueWestlo, can you hear us?
Yeah, so if you guys don't know me, I play a lot of Destiny 2.
We're big fans of you, yes.
Yeah, I'm here to give you the Destiny 2 corner. That's the theme music.
Oh, we'll have to make like one.
Well, by the time that this video comes out, I imagine hopefully the puzzle is solved. Because as of this writing, almost no progress has been made at all since the puzzle came out.
I imagine progress not going to come out until reset.
But the progress isn't stopped because it's hard, right? The progress is stopped because they've stopped giving information, right? Or is it just so
the basic rundown here of the Corridor of Time puzzle is that you get a quest from Osiris. Osiris sends you into the corridors of time to explore.
Now, was this told? Like was this?
No, this was completely random.
Okay, that's cool.
No one knew about this.
I like that.
So this quest comes out of nowhere. Everyone's like, "What is this?" You start the quest. Quest tells you to go into the corridors of time to go explore, and that's it. It doesn't tell you anything. No mission quests.
No waypoint, like when you get in there.
No waypoint. You just kind of have to figure it out. So that's people figure out that you have to, obviously there's symbols to doors in the corridors of time, which there already were symbols like if you play like the Saint 14 missions, but now the symbols are part of a puzzle. So people quickly figured out, okay, so in order to get to a certain room, we have to obviously go in a sequence of the symbols that correspond to the doors. These symbols start spawning on the obelisks that they were never there before. So people figured out the order of the symbols in the obelisks actually dictate like an order that you have to go into the doors in a sequence, and then it sends you to this little area with a grave and a sword and a ghost, and it gives you lore when you look down at the what is another puzzle right below that area that you go into.
So wait,
puzzleception.
Yeah, I was gonna say that you solve a puzzle to find another puzzle.
Yeah. So what we assume is a whole nother puzzle. Okay. So once you actually get into the room, you look down and there's like a bunch of hexagons with a bunch of symbols.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bad with shapes.
And every single room, right? So every single hour, the symbols at the obelisks, which is how we get to this room in the first place, will change. So every single hour, which there are 19 of them now total, which are complete, you get 19 lore pieces when you go into those rooms. Every single time you go into those rooms and you look down at the hexagon symbols, every single time those hexagon symbols are different for every single time you go into the room, like depending on the hour.
Yeah. So
people have gathered those into what is apparently this magic hexagon puzzle that everyone was hell-bent on that this is how we solve the puzzle, which no one knows how to do yet because really we again have made almost zero progress on solving any sort of puzzle yet.
The current theory could totally be wrong and not even
current theory could totally be wrong.
Do you think it's currently wrong?
I have no clue.
Okay.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, like we won't know until it's done. It seems like. Okay, so to finish elaborating on this, because this is all very confusing if you don't play Destiny.
But I mean, everybody plays Destiny, right?
Let
me give you a quick TLDR of just how this works. So leading up to this long puzzle solving, there's basically two puzzles. One is the obelisks. We had to wait 19 hours for the obelisks to give us 19 lore pieces to get into the rooms, right?
Well, and didn't they like end up brute forcing it because then they were like, okay, well, we only have like 600 possibilities now. Let's just run through them and then we can maybe not have to wait for the 19th one, right?
Well, they brute forced the final puzzle that we were supposed to have.
Oh, okay.
Which only gave us an emblem. So that was the first puzzle.
Let's go.
Is it a cool emblem?
That was the first puzzle. The second puzzle, what everyone is assuming right now, is that all those obelisk symbols that got you into the room, every single time the hexagons at the bottom of the map are different. Those are 19 different hexagons that were given to you. And now everyone is trying to piece together how those interact with the 20th room, which is the final room that gives you the emblem. Because in that final room, everyone's symbols are different every single time the hour changes. And every single person, so like Dado's symbols that he sees are different from Fruit's, are different from Rob's, are different from mine.
Oh, they're not going to be up there. I'm not participating.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, if you were participating. So everyone is assuming right now we have to, for some shape or for some reason, piece together as many of these maps as possible from the community to try and see if there's like any code that we can break.
Yeah, so like that's what I was gonna ask. So I see it's not even them looking at the hexagon that's in the middle of like the picture. They starting to look at the hexagons on the outside of it, and then they try and combine them to make a painting.
So Dado and them were making the paintings of all like the 19 rooms, because each room has like symbols on each side that are like open and closed. So it's kind of like finding the edges to the puzzle pieces.
Now,
right?
what if the emblem is just that's all you get? Like that was the end of the puzzle.
So people were thinking that would be funny for the meme, but the quest itself is not complete after you.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't it doesn't turn in or anything like that.
So there is a quest that nobody has completed yet, and that is what everyone's trying to find out. The current running theory is that as when we gather enough community images to find like a pattern or something or duplicates, and I mean the theory right now, we really don't have a theory.
That's wrong.
We really don't have a theory as of right now. It's more so just everyone trying to gather as much info as possible to see if we could like find a theory to latch onto.
All right, here's my theory, and I'm gonna state this for the record. This is while it hasn't been finished, and this is gonna be correct because I did call the that room in that one raid.
Oh my god!
I called that.
You literally said there has to be something in this room.
Everyone called that.
No, I said, guys, I bet you jump on those little things down there. I said it. I remember it, and then it happened, and then I was like, I knew it, and then everyone was like, well, no, you didn't. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway,
the sun will come out tomorrow. I bet I'm right. I called it.
So what I think it is there's certain doors you can go into, right? I think whatever like the hexagon shape fits, I think you have to be like in a fire team of 3 people or something. Is that the max you can go in with is 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you go in with 3 people, and then I think it shows like a different kind of way to go in for everybody. And then you go back the way you came, and then you go through all the way to 18 or to 19, but when you get to 19, you take the door that your hexagon told you to take, and it takes you to a totally different place. And you win. And you get the icebreaker.
Here's my theory.
Okay.
Tuesday reset comes around, and it pretty much just gets solved for us. And the end.
Really? Okay, Niobe Labs too?
So, I personally think this is just a very deep very deep puzzle that they've set up. I don't know if like there's a labyrinth we have to go through based on the symbols we get. I don't know if we piece them all together and we get like a sequence that everyone has to use to finish. I don't know if like there's some other secret we haven't found yet that gives us a sequence to find the exit to wherever people think we're going, because people right now think there's an entrance and an exit, and that's how we finish exploring the corridors of time. Some people think we have to actually like grab the sword itself from the corridor somehow. So I don't know everyone doesn't know a lot of things. Maybe we would have solved it by Sunday. Hopefully we've solved it by this Sunday. Guys, please. It's literally, we're recording this on Wednesday. So
I figured it out.
Oh.
It's Excalibur, and one random account is coded to be able to take the sword.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
Well, what if it's an account that doesn't play anymore?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. That'd be awful.
Sucks.
It's like Golden Kappa.
If it's Rob's, we're doomed.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not participating. But I do play on my Smurf, though.
Yeah, I think they're just giving us something to buy our time and attention because
there's nothing to do.
I don't know what's gonna something big has to be coming.
I'm just glad I'm not the person who has to solve it. I'm sorry, Dado. I'm just glad I'm not you for a day.
Dado's. I think Dado's pretty much done with it.
Oh, he gave up.
Well, he's going to PAX, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and Dado's put in enough, like carried enough of a backpack weight for enough of these puzzles to where I think he could be like, you guys got this.
Well, Dado was streaming and he's like, and I was like,
what was it?
I was like, are you sick, Dado? And he goes, yeah, I'm sick, but I'll be good come PAX.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, in 2 days? In 2 days, you're going to be fine? Sweet.
Oh my God, poor guy.
We're putting him on the other side.
I felt so bad for him too. He's like, he's legit here, like painful, like almost dying. And he's like sitting in Discord like, hey, can you guys run a couple of these sequences for me?
Yeah, I saw like in the Discord, everyone's like, yeah, I'll do some Dado.
We're going to crunch these numbers.
Blue did like 140 to like 150. Sammy was able to do the 112. He had like 100 to 1 or 110 to 120.
He popped off.
Yeah. I was like, I'll do some, smile. I never was assigned one. I don't know.
They probably don't give him any.
Yeah, because
he's making think he's helping.
I would just be in the chat the whole time like, I have the 11 sequence, smile. Like,
yes. I ran this one. Let's just move on and hope that by the time this comes out, someone solved it, or we can just figure out who solved it next time.
I think there is an exotic behind it. What do you think?
No.
Oh, 100%.
Nothing.
No, there has to be an exotic. If there's not an exotic, I'm going to be upset.
You don't think there's anything, Christian?
Not an exotic.
What do you think it is then?
I don't know.
But not an exotic gun.
Because the only other one we know about is the Bastion or whatever, which is going to be a quest later. And I feel like
we've had secret guns that have not shown up in
one time.
Yeah, but I'm not holding hope.
That's fair.
Yeah, it would be cool, but I'm not. I'm not even doing it, and I'm not getting my hopes up. It might be like a cool.
It's just like a time locked thing, and then like come reset. Ooh, puzzle solved.
Yeah, or a legendary thing or something. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I just know I'm not invested in it at all.
I'm not either. But if it is something cool, I will go and do it.
I'll think about it.
Nah, you'll do it.
We'll see how complicated it is.
Well, it's not. Well,
or how easy Blue can carry us.
If it's still not solved by Sunday, by the time because we're talking about it right now, I think hopefully it'll be solved by the time this podcast comes out. But if it's not, then damn, either Fruit is right or we have a very elaborate podcast.
Worst case scenario,
a very elaborate puzzle, and I really hope it's not Fruit is right because that would be the worst.
Worst case scenario, you're right.
I'm just being
realistic
Ralph right now.
You're thinking of an R word.
Yeah. What's
if only we could think about a name that started with R. You picked Ralph.
Yeah, but you're right here, so that doesn't count. And I didn't think of your name.
No shit.
I was like, R names. What's an I don't know what an R name is, but I do know there's an ad break.
Oh,
that's
cool.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gigi Over Easy podcast. We're away right now.
We're making serial killers in the making.
I'm Fruit Ninja, bro. Anyway, welcome back. We have some exciting things to talk about that don't include Destiny puzzles.
That was probably the most exciting topic we've probably ever had.
Yeah, I don't know if we can top that.
The car tax rebate one was pretty fun. Actually, I actually learned a lot.
Hey, that was important. Yeah, it might not have been interesting.
Hey, and it's come full circle because you did get
it. Has, yes. I will be applying for some rebates. And speaking of rebates,
okay,
what's a rebate we can get on this podcast from our viewers?
Oh, you mean a review? Nice try, but that was really close.
That wasn't my best one.
Yeah. We do have a 5-star review. Can't go 8 yet. It feels bad. From Couldn't Live Without It. Oh no, that's just the title of it. That's not from who it is from. It's from Oofer101010.
That wasn't oof.
Yeah. This podcast is a true, and now when he says true, TRU, so you know he's lit.
Oh,
cool. And part of the hip hop. Yes, he's very lit.
Wow.
This podcast is a true gift from God. It encouraged me to start working out again, and I listen to it every time to get me through. If anyone is looking for a gaming podcast that covers the whole spectrum, then this is for you. All in all, keep up the great work. Very nice review.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oof 11010
101010
101010. Sorry.
Yes.
I apologize.
Thank you for that 5-star review. On our way to 8, because this is 2 episodes in a row. We're back.
Hey,
we are
we're cooking.
Moving forward. We are no longer going back and
we're
progressing.
reformed.
Yeah, someone say. I don't know.
Well,
as reformed as we can be.
Okay, so I had a tweet yesterday. I don't think it was a stupid question. I don't know if you guys saw it. You guys probably
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, did you?
I think Claire said, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Are you serious? I thought it was pretty interesting. So it's been windy in Colorado these past couple days.
Oh, yeah.
And
this is what Claire had to say. She goes, some people are like, oh, that's a shower thought. She's like, no, that's just Rob's brain all the time. It's not like, oh, that's a weird shower thought. That's just what
I'm just driving, okay? I'm driving. Chilling.
Hey, where's that 10 and 2?
Nah.
Hey,
I'm going.
come on now.
I'm driving. Sometimes.
Well, that's not any better.
Yeah, 1 and 6.
What is that?
It's just kind of like, you know.
Also, that's 12 and 6.
Well, whatever.
And that is not, what? That's going to hurt.
Ask me how many car accidents I've been in.
How many?
1. It was leaving your house that one time, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, after the Patriots-Jags game. Go Pats! They're out,
by the way. Well,
what was I talking about?
He's so
the tumbleweed.
He got stunned by the
Patriots losing.
Yeah, I was like, God, he's right. I was like, and then I had my anime moment. I was like, is it all over? Tom Brady.
Will Brady come back?
I was thinking about it all.
Where is he going? Is he retiring?
So,
what are we gonna do? We don't have a quarterback.
When it's windy, why do you only see tumbleweeds when it's windy? Like I've never just been walking on in a park.
You really will. Oh, this is because
or in a field. And I've just never seen just a tumbleweed chilling.
This is what you're missing out on if you don't follow Rob's Twitter.
I only see tumbleweeds when they are moving. Like I'll literally read you my tweet. I'll read the people my tweet for those who don't follow me. And if you don't follow me, come on. But it's true. And you know for a fact it's true. You never see a tumbleweed when it's not windy. Okay, so here it is. Yo. Where do tumbleweeds come from? You know, it's like you never see them when it's not windy. I've never seen just a tumbleweed there just kicking it. Instead, there always be tumbling. Some food for thought.
Why did it sound like you were at stand-up trying to deliver a... Yo, so why is it? Tumbleweeds, you know?
Oh, man, because I was honestly blazing in my backyard, just kind of... just thinking about
watching a tumbleweed tumble.
Because I just kind of gotten back from the gym and I was driving and I literally saw 7 tumbleweeds on my way in front of the road. I'm like, get out of the road, tumbleweed, so you can get hit.
Hey, come on now.
And then I was like, have I ever seen a tumbleweed just chilling? And the answer is no. Have you ever seen a tumbleweed not tumbling in the wind?
Yeah.
Where? Yeah.
And a tumble plant, where do they come from?
Well, here's the important thing. When do you ever go outside to even see a tumbleweed?
Yeah, exactly. Let alone in Colorado of all places.
And there's a lot. There's a lot of tumbleweeds apparently here. I saw a bunch yesterday, but you just so you walking in a park. I'm walking in a park. And there's a tumbleweed plant there.
Hiking and stuff.
What is it? But what does a tumbleweed do?
Tumble?
Well, no shit. It just tumbles. But what does it do?
What is it made
What does
of?
it provide? Where does it come from? Or is it just a figment of my imagination Ariel's told me?
Not everything provides in this world.
Yeah.
Some take, like us.
If anything,
provide
most
nothing
things
for this
don't.
world.
What are you talking about? Did we provide more water from the ice caps?
Yeah, we provide the global warming and murdering
more
animals.
heat from the sun.
Yeah, there was all that water trapped in the ice caps. You're welcome.
Now you can drink.
More water.
Drink away.
Idiots.
Just drink your sweat.
Tumbleweed facts. Oh wow, let's check this out.
Yes, please hit me with these.
A tumbleweed is a structural part of the above-ground anatomy of a number of species of plants. A discipore that, once it is mature and dry, detaches from its root or stem and rolls due to the force of wind.
Okay, yeah. And that's it?
There you go.
So it just comes from... So it starts off as a plant, dies, and then it like...
Everything you ever
branches
wanted to know
off.
about tumbleweeds. Wow.
Oh God.
Wow. Okay, this is going to be riveting. Let's see here. The truth about tumbleweeds isn't so simple.
Oh, see?
They may be romantic symbols of our national love affair with the Wild West.
It's true, it is.
Maybe. But tumbleweeds are also invasive weeds called Russians.
Oh, what?
What?
Oh
See,
no.
The
now-
commies are here.
I just
They're
cracked
even
the
in
case.
our
my
ecosystem.
God.
I cracked the puzzle.
The commies. Many modern day Westerners fear they're taking over. No.
This is weird.
Especially since I just started watching Chernobyl. This is bad.
I'm glad you're watching.
Did you
This is
just
bad.
go to like a conspiracy website?
Yeah,
or
I
what
think
do you-
you're like at like
I'm-
InfoWars.
I'm at
or
Mother
something.
Nature Network.
Oh, that's a credible source.
MNN, yes. In 1873, Russian immigrants arrived in South Dakota carrying flaxseed that was apparently contaminated with Russian thistle seeds.
So wait, what is... I didn't want the lore.
Scientific name is Salsola tragus.
I didn't want the lore.
Once
of tumbleweed.
sown,
As you keep
these
going.
invaders from another continent quickly sprouted, unhampered by natural predators and diseases to keep them in check.
I just want to know why they tumble.
Each winter, after Russian thistle plants die, the brittle, bushy parts snap off at the roots and blow away, dispersing seeds wherever they tumble. About
Oh.
250,000 per plant.
Whoa.
Because Russian thistle thrives on little precipitation
What does it
and
look
easily exploits disturbed land stripped of native species, it was able to quickly take hold in
So-
the vast agricultural fields and overgrown rangelands of the arid West.
So tumbleweeds
By
are
the
like
end
butterflies.
of the 1800s, this intruder had already rolled its way across most western states and into Canada,
Oh.
carried by wind and even railroad cars.
So
A government botanist sent to investigate in the early 1890s could barely believe his eyes. One almost continuous area of 35,000 square miles had become more or less covered with the Russian thistle
see,
in the
what
comparatively
does that
brief
look like?
period of 20 years.
does a Russian thistle look like?
The life of a
It
tumbleweed.
literally looks like a tumbleweed.
When we think of
What?
tumbleweeds, we rarely picture fledgling Russian thistle bushes.
Russian thistle.
That's what it is.
Oh, I see that plant all the time.
And there you go. Now you've seen technically a tumbleweed not tumbling about.
So but that's not a tumbleweed.
Imagine it's a dandelion.
No, it's like a caterpillar. That's like a caterpillar. The tumbleweed is like the butterfly.
It's just the
They're
dead
two
part.
different things.
It's just a dead
It's just
part.
a dead Russian
Imagine a
thistle thing,
dandelion.
right?
Yeah,
You
but
know
they're-
when you see the
but they're not
dandelion
the
things
same thing
floating
as
away?
that.
It's like that.
Like a tumbleweed
They
is
are.
not that.
It's
It
this, but
is.
dead.
So you're saying caterpillars and butterflies are the same thing?
What?
That is a caterpillar, right?
This doesn't evolve.
Okay,
Did you not
this
But
is
hear
it
me?
evolves into a
It
tumbleweed.
breaks off
This
and
is like-
dies.
Yes, and then but
This is-
it's no longer a Russian thistle at that point. It's a tumbleweed.
No, that's
I
not
read all that
the
for
fucking
nothing.
that thistle does not evolve into a fucking Gyarados and then go off
level
and live
20.
its life.
Yes, I get it. It doesn't evolve, but it becomes it. Like when I die, I'm no longer alive. I am dead. But
So you
I'm still
evolve
the
into a
same.
What does that have to do
skeleton?
with a caterpillar and a butterfly?
Because they're not the same thing. You wouldn't classify a caterpillar and a butterfly as the same thing.
So is your skeleton not a
I
part of who you
classify
are?
a caterpillar and a dead caterpillar as a caterpillar,
Yes.
whether or not it's dead or alive.
But what I'm
Rob-
saying though is like a Russian thistle and a tumbleweed, yes, they come
Give
from
me
the
a
same
headache.
thing, but they
I'm
are
actually
two
gonna-
different
oh my
things.
They're not, Rob. If you
They're two different things.
If I'm reading this right, literally what
Because
happens,
a Russian thistle doesn't
literally
tumble.
what happens, it gets cold,
Dude,
Yes,
and
brittle,
and it dies.
it falls
No, it's
off.
not.
Now
I
it's
get
dead,
that. I get that.
and then it just
And
tumbles.
now it's a tumbleweed, no longer a Russian thistle.
It's just tumbling. It's a dead Russian thistle that's tumbling. So they're like, it's a tumbleweed because the Russian thistle is a weed inherently.
take off the fucking the green of the Russian thistle, and you literally have a tumbleweed.
See, but it's a tumbleweed now. And it's not a Russian thistle. It's a
It's
tumbleweed.
still a Russian
is.
thistle. We just
It's
call
just a
it a
nickname.
tumbleweed.
It's just a nickname, Rob.
No.
If you want,
It's
to be
just a
specific,
nickname.
if you want to like use like actual like be as like specific as possible,
You guys are trying to say it's a
dead
synonym.
Russian thistle.
Like
It's
a
not
Ru-
a tumbleweed.
Like you guys are saying a Russian thistle and a tumbleweed are the same thing. You're just saying it's another phrase for the Russian thistle.
There is
Just
a Russian
another
thistle.
name.
But
there is a
Russian
dead
thistles don't
Russian
tumble.
thistle.
You're a
The-
human and a Homo sapien.
Yes.
Like that.
Okay.
Two different ways to say it.
But
Human is just, I suppose, more.
no, but I still do the same things a Homo sapien does. You know, like I'm a human. But like a Russian thistle sits there and just is a plant. Okay. right?
Yeah.
Right.
As plants do.
Okay, yes. They just sit there and be a plant. A tumbleweed, when that thing,
why are we still talking?
When that thing dies, and then it becomes something new. It's like a butterfly.
It's dead.
Yes, I get that it's dead. Yes, it's dead, but it changes who it is and what it is.
No, it doesn't. It's just dead.
It does.
What?
I don't get why it's so hard. Like
a leaf on a tree will eventually fall off.
You're acting like it's hard for us to understand. It's not the same because it's dead.
You literally tried to. A Russian thistle is a caterpillar.
You're literally trying to equate a caterpillar.
Is a butterfly.
You're literally trying to equate puberty with dying.
It makes sense in my brain, okay?
Hey, you know how you guys go through puberty? Isn't that the same as dying?
No, that's
what you're literally equating it to.
No, but what I'm saying is that it just becomes something new.
It's literally a nickname.
It's just dead.
Robbie V. That's your nickname.
So
but you're still Robert.
So when I see a tumbleweed, tumbling, thank you. When I see a tumbleweed tumbling, all right,
doing his thing.
What does it learn how to airbend? Are you stuck on like its new abilities?
That's
like
a dead Russian thistle.
Yes.
But then why did they come up with the name tumbleweed if it's not?
Well, Jimmy, look at that dead Russian thistle go right there.
Look at that thistle go.
Look at that dead Russian thistle go. Woo! Hey, she's good. You know, the pioneers used to ride those things for miles.
Look at that thistle go, he says.
Hey, you want to know how they named it a tumbleweed? It's a weed, which weeds are generally annoying and are invasive, and it tumbles.
Yeah, but I thought the tumbleweed was its own like new
was a butterfly
like thing, like its whole new anatomy. But it does a whole.
This can all be boiled down to the commies. It's their fault.
It is.
Okay.
It is the Russians' fault.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay.
Now, can we move on?
Yeah, I guess. Thanks for answering my question.
Or I can continue reading about the life of a tumbleweed.
No, I think I got it because
I thought I read a lot, but you don't get it.
It's just going to confuse me more. It was funny when back to the whole Destiny 2 puzzles. When Dad was like doing a bunch of math, he was like, "Okay, so there's like 4 doors you can go through. That's like 100, like some up." And I was like, "25 goes into 100 4 times." Dado smile, and he goes, "Okay, glad is correct." And then he's like reading the chat. He goes, "Rob, that is also correct." And I was like, "Thanks."
Look, Russian thistle is beautiful in bloom before it dries up and tumbles away.
Why am I in this podcast right now?
Listen, see,
so that's what
they even called this. They called this too a tumbleweed. I'm literally
listening to a dude talk about 25 goes.
Tumbleweeds can grow several feet high
4 times, and then Fruit's like, "Oh, but dude, so the Russian
it just said a tumbleweed can grow." Well, I thought a tumbleweed was dead.
No, it's just a nickname. This is a tumbleweed because eventually it's gonna die.
Oh, and it's gonna tumble away. Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
That's crazy. It's a weed that tumbles.
But why would you call that a tumbleweed when it's alive and it's not tumbling?
Oh my god, dude.
These boots were made.
Just call it a Russian thing or whatever.
And that's just what I'll do.
Whatever, I think I was right.
Anyways.
These boots are gonna walk all over you.
Speaking of something else that's dead, do you guys know how Final Fantasy VII's coming out?
Delayed.
Was it?
Well, its old release date is dead, and now it's evolved into a beautiful tumbleweed butterfly in March.
Shut the fuck up.
A week
it's
before
Galarian
Cyberpunk.
Form.
It's a Galarian form.
Yeah, that's a bold move, Cotton.
So wait, when was this game supposed to? I've never played Final Fantasy, and I don't plan on playing it. But why are you looking at me like
what, mate?
I've never played one.
Final Fantasy.
You've never played any Final Fantasy?
Amazing.
But
defining.
But it's turn-based. That's boring.
Not anymore.
What?
But also
quite.
Boring.
Turn-based is boring.
Hey.
Like that's why when
guess
I look
what
at Persona
Pokemon
5,
is? Watch yourself. Okay?
Yeah, but that's why I don't play Pokemon anymore. It's like at some point it gets boring and just stale.
You know, Rob, you've changed. I remember when we saw the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee trailer, you were like, "Bro, is it normal for me to get emotional?" And at that moment,
yeah,
you remembered what it was like to play turn-based Pokemon, and now you've turned your back on your roots.
But like a turn-based game that is supposed to be that great, like how good is it?
Hey, Blue.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, what's up?
Our resident gamer.
Hey.
I'm curious. You know card games?
Yes.
Yeah, card games.
Is it?
But that's
what
different.
Do you do? Don't you like? What is that called when you let the other person?
You take a turn. Yes.
I think when you play a bunch of cards.
Yes, that is turn based. That's a card game though. That's a card game.
What's different? Instead of a card, it's now a person.
Because I want to see the person, like I want to move the person and hit with the person. I don't want to say, you know what, Cloud, attack, and then he goes.
I mean, isn't
That's
that what
it?
you're
I
doing
won't
with
come
your
on.
I'm
cards?
missing out on so many good games.
Isn't that what you're doing with your cards? You're
Yeah.
like, card, attack this
Yeah,
one.
but that's a
Ooh,
card.
death
Like
rattle.
that's a
Ooh.
card game. As like, ooh, nice death rattle, Blue. You know. But what I'm saying though is like that's a card game. Like in a video.
For those unaware, Rob likes
turn-based.
Hearthstone. That's
Yes,
why
I
I'm bringing
love
this up.
Hearthstone, and I like play it a lot, and I put a lot of money into it. Yes. So what? But I did quit for a little bit.
I don't like turn-based, he says.
But no,
I think you're just stubborn
but
and you're unwilling to open your mind.
But didn't you say Final Fantasy is no longer turn based? Oh, I wonder
this
fucking why.
remake-
Probably because it was fucking boring and made in the 90s, and that's why they decided, oh, maybe we should change this.
You know what recently came out that's blown up?
Yes,
Bravely Default.
Fortnite. Oh,
For instance, on the 3DS. I think they have a second one. Either they already came out or something. Guess what? It was like an homage to original Final Fantasies. Blew up. People love it. There are still turn-based games out there. You know what's turn-based? Slay the Spire.
that
Something
is
like
a.
that.
Guess what that
That's
involves too?
literally as turn-based
cards.
as you can get.
Slay
Cards
the Spire is a turn-based game.
with cards.
Turn-based game.
I'll show
Turn-based
you
game.
I'll show you a bad turn based game if it doesn't involve cards.
A what?
A bad
Take a shot
turn
every time
based
Rob says
game
cards.
that doesn't involve cards.
Now you're attacking my Advanced Wars.
Like
Which is
isn't like Paper
fantastic.
Mario like turn based?
I never played Paper Mario.
I think Paper Mario is turn based, and I hated Paper Mario because it is turn-based.
Super Mario RPG.
Oh my god, one of the
Turn-based.
best games of all time.
Yeah.
And that
And you're gonna
looks
tell me that's
extremely
bad?
boring. Like
How
I'm
is
not gonna
that
say it's bad.
boring?
I won't say these games are bad, but I will say they are boring. Yes.
Fruit,
To-
it's okay.
to me,
I
as a
wouldn't
gamer,
expect
they are
someone who
boring.
literally spent 3 turns figuring out what a tumbleweed was to pick Super
Shit.
Mario, use plunger attack on turn 1.
All I'm saying
Alright.
is that I think that genre is very boring and slowly dying, almost like an RTS is. Like
You can't
like
say
a-
those are boring when you play card games.
God, there is a difference between
You like
a
board
turn.
games. Board games are turn based.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Board games are tight.
But that's a board game.
Board
When
games
I'm-
are tight. Thank
They
you.
You
are
just have
tight.
to reframe your mind then.
Dude, are we playing a lot of board games at PAX?
Oh, it's
Dude.
what we do, baby.
All right, I need to see if I can pick up Talisman. We need to play Talisman.
Well, they have they have like a section where you can rent out, and
Oh, really?
Talisman is in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're playing Talisman.
And I'm bringing Shards of Infinity.
Shards of Infinity.
Dude,
Is that
You
the
missed-
Pog.
Yeah.
Is that the one you guys always play? Like you, Danielle, Dado?
Yeah, Bag of Lax.
It's the one
Last
everyone
Pack.
gangs up on Dado in, and he instantly gets destroyed.
Yeah, otherwise he wins. That's
You
why you
guys-
gotta take him out.
What is it? Like
It's like a board game equivalent of a deck builder. Kind of like Slay the Spire, but instead of fighting AIs and stuff, you're fighting each other.
and it's turn based?
Yes.
I swear. to God.
Nah, get him out of here.
But that's not a video game. So I
Okay.
like every board game is
Everybody
turn-based.
out there listening,
Yes.
if you're on YouTube, comment below. If not, tweet Rob or post on the subreddit something. Start listing off some good turn-based games that Rob can't play and be like,
I'm
this
gonna
is
hear
bad.
the same ones. I'm gonna hear Final Fantasy, Personas, fucking Paper Mario RPG or whatever.
You just
Like, let me think. I'm trying to think of other turn-based games that people like. I guess the new Pokemon. I love Pokemon, dude, but it's boring. It's boring to
So
a
you
certain
don't
point.
love Pokemon.
I wouldn't say no. Yeah, you're right. I do not love Pokemon, but I like Pokemon, and I love how it makes you two feel. And
Civ
Brings you guys. What is
Okay,
like
Civilization.
Civ 5?
turn-based.
Civ ain't my
boring.
thing either, I'll be honest with you.
Boring.
Into the Breach. I don't know if you played
I don't know
that.
what the hell that is. Sounds boring.
Sir,
Fantastic.
we're only talking about relevant games here, Mr. Fruit.
That is you
Yeah.
play Into the Breach, bro. It's so good. It's made by the people that did FTL. Anyway, it's not important.
See, I think RTSs and I think turn-based games are the two most, I guess, boring.
Yeah, Advance Wars. Oh, God, I love those games. Advance Wars.
You and I are polar
Oh,
opposites.
did you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics?
Yeah, Final Fantasy
Ooh,
Tactics,
those are
very
good.
similar. Wargroove recently came out. That was like a love letter to it, like Final Fantasy Tactics and Advance Wars. That's
Are we
fantastic.
talking RTSs?
Fire Emblem.
See?
Almost all the Fire Emblem except for the more recent ones. Well, yeah, and then even still, except for the one like a couple of years ago, this most recent turn-based.
There's only one turn-based game that I think looks kind of fun. What's that one game where you have like four? It's a kind of cartoony style. You have like 4 people and you take them through like a dungeon or something like that, and like you can have like an apothecary that like heals somebody, and it's only like a 2D kind of.
Wait.
But
Wait.
what is that called? What is that game?
What do you do every week with Dado, Rob?
Like D&D.
Yeah.
But that's role playing.
But that's different.
That's role
turn-based,
playing.
though.
That is not
That's turn-based.
only
That's
when I
more
roll
role-playing
initiative.
than anything.
Only when I'm
Every combat is turn-based.
But that's different. But I know what I'm signing up for. I'm not signing up for the combat for me.
That's
I'm signing up for the
I can't
RP.
equate that.
Thank you,
I would.
Judge.
No.
Thank you, Judge.
That's turn-based.
Thank you, Judge.
As much as I love to roast Rob
That's
about
RP.
him being wrong about turn-based, D&D, most of the allure isn't about the turn-based
Yeah,
combat.
Slay the Spire.
It's about all the RPG that goes in between the turn-based combat.
Blue, what is that game that I'm talking about though? Baru played it a lot.
When did it come out?
Like a year ago. Baru played it a lot. Moon plays it a bunch.
What's it?
It's like a dungeon. It's dungeon something. Dungeon crawler. Dungeon something. And you take like a team of 4.
Darkest Dungeon.
Maybe
Darkest
it's
Dungeon.
that. Is that
No,
what
That
it
one
is?
came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, that game looks pretty sweet.
That one's really hardcore too.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, I think it
hardcore.
looks sweet.
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
I love that game.
Oh my god!
He's losing it, but he's standing up. Wow, he has a spine.
Dude, I've always tried to like make him stay up. Like, how did that happen? It's like
Don't question it. Just let him stand.
Let me die.
No, it makes it way easier because then we don't have to fucking.
You took your training wheels off.
We don't have to fiddle with this thing.
Okay, well, we just got robbed there with South Park.
Yeah, South Park. But that's because I love South Park though. Not, but the.
There's always an.
But
excuse.
I will say though that was the first time I played a game like that. When I found out the combat was like that, I was like,
We've managed to
I
get you
was
to admit you
pissed.
like 3 or 4 turn-based games.
I'm not kidding you when I tell you that. That South Park game is probably the only turn-based game I've ever played. Like, and gotten through.
But you got Bravely Default. There was also more recently Octo Traveler. I believe that's what that was called. That came on Switch.
I wish I could say I was into Octopath, but I just couldn't.
Oh, Octopath, that's what it was. I liked it. Plus the art style is really cool, like the 2D, how they did all that.
Yeah.
But I think you're turn-based-ist.
Yeah, so I won't be playing Final Fantasy VII, long story short.
But the new one doesn't have turn-based anyway.
Oh, I wonder why. Probably because it was boring and stupid.
No, it's because Final Fantasy has changed.
What do you mean? Yeah, because it was boring, and that's why they changed it.
Your definition of boring is different from other people's definition of boring.
Okay, so what is the appeal of Final Fantasy VII? As somebody, Kingdom Hearts is the closest I get. But I know who like Cloud is. I know who like Tifa is, only because of Kingdom Hearts, though.
The appeal is that it actually changed up a lot of things that made turn-based boring for a lot of people back then.
Oh, maybe I will try it out.
Not only that, I mean, all you have to hear is the victory theme.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
If you don't want to play after that, I don't know what to tell you. 1, the story's dope. 2, at the time, like the cinematics and the storytelling, everything it was doing was insane.
Well, I get to see a triangle walk up, and
that was crazy. That was crazy.
It was crazy at the time.
The fact too, back then it came on 2 CDs because it couldn't fit all in one. You had to buy on PS1. It came with 2 discs.
Did it really?
So at one point you had to put in disc 2.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, back then.
Damn, you could like just skip and just put in disc 2 first.
That's not really how that worked. But
what?
Not really how that works at all.
What do you mean?
Because like you had a save, and so like at a certain point for certain content or whatever, but you need to insert disc 2.
So
then you put that on and then put it in, and it essentially just has the load of the rest of whatever you need to play. But it's not like you just show up.
I didn't think they were capable of that. And like, when did this game come out?
I mean, probably right after they invented the light bulb. Yeah, I don't know.
1898.
Played it by candlelight. I'm offended right now.
Don't be, dude. It's just my opinion, and it just happens to be the right one.
Yeah, all right, now we got a problem. Whatever.
Can you explain to me the story? Without being spoiler,
you
said the story's great.
It's pretty complicated.
The story is great because it's so complicated.
Explain to me like explain in less than 4 sentences what Final Fantasy VII is about.
And what?
Cloud goes through loss and then has to go and fight this mecha overlord. People essentially it's like steampunk-ish and there's like a motorcycle chase and it's really dope.
Okay.
And he finds this girl and this guy and like Barret and stuff, and then they're like fighting and it's really sick. And you go and then Sephiroth.
I like Sephiroth. He's a tough Kingdom Hearts
Watch the animated fight that they did for like a movie a while ago.
I've seen that.
Yeah, Advent Child.
Mm-hmm.
Great. That's the best I
You
do.
ready for you ready for the plot? You ready for the plot?
Yeah,
Summarized
give me
in less than
your
4
plot in
sentences.
4 sentences.
Avalanche destroys a Shinra Mako reactor in Midgar. An attack on another reactor goes wrong, and Cloud falls into the city slums. Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa rescue Aerith during their escape.
You're literally
from Midgar
reading like the box
and discover
art.
that President Shinra was murdered by Sephiroth, who was presumed dead 5 years earlier. And that's the plot.
That seems interesting.
It's dope.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch people play it. I'm probably not going to play it, though.
Fair enough. Fine. Whatever.
When does it come out now? Why is it delayed?
I forgot what we were talking about.
6th.
I'm kind of over the whole remake bullshit.
Oh,
Except if it's Halo 2 and Halo 3.
Sick.
I'm kind of over it.
Okay, but that does bring us to more important parts here.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not March. It's until April. It was its initial
yeah,
release.
it was March.
Now it's April. My bad.
Oh, so it's only a month.
In 2 days.
I thought it was way worse.
But it comes out a week before Cyberpunk.
By the time of this podcast, it will
Yes.
be out. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
I saw on Reddit. I saw on
and
Reddit
then I've
somebody
just slowly
sold.
become less excited.
Why?
It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. Well, I mean, I'll play it and see.
Yeah, I saw some guy on Reddit post. He's like, Walmart sold me Kakarot like 2 days early, and they had to like manually input it.
Really?
Yeah, they sold it to him. They had no
Mhm.
idea they were not allowed to sell it.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just basically like the old stories, right? Like you just play through the Cell Saga, the Frieza Saga, Buu Saga.
I haven't done that enough times. Okay, Rob. So please, let me do it again.
The amount of times I've played through Dragon Ball games with that.
Well, the interesting thing is the reason
Budokai 2, 3,
the reason they
Tenkaichi,
keep turning these
2,
out is
3.
because Bandai will lose the rights to make a Dragon Ball game unless they publish one every year.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so that's why they have to do it, which upsets me because like Fighter Z could be like the best fighting game,
If they just like showed love and
but because they have to like kind of move on to the next one, and even Arxis, the people behind it who like mainly developed it and stuff in Japan, we're like, yeah, we're totally down to like do more stuff, but it's all up to Bandai. And,
are they updating it like along the way? Or are they
I mean, they were originally only going to do the Fighter Z Pass 1, but then they came out with the Pass 2, which had like Jiren and Broly and Gogeta and all that kind of stuff. We're hoping for a third one, or maybe hopefully just a sequel sometime. I don't even know how they do that, but still, it could have been so good. We have Warcraft 3 Reforged. I'm looking forward to that one.
What? Isn't that turn-based too?
It's RTS. It's a remake of the third
weird
one.
RTS.
Another.
Okay.
You know where esports got its roots?
Another sleeper.
You have to.
Thank you, Blue. I knew you were going to say. You're welcome.
You're such an
RTS isn't my
entitled
thing
millennial.
either.
You have to respect your elders, Rob.
Did you really just
Okay.
drop the entitled millennial?
I did. You got to respect your elders.
Yeah, dude. But
That's
like,
the problem with
his
America.
first-
You know,
This
you're
dude-
all get them
This
out
dude
of
has
here.
orgies. This dude buys a house and suddenly he's a boomer.
Yeah. Dude, you should
Hey,
saw
it's a
him.
mindset.
He literally was like playing with his door. The door is like looks fine. It opens and
No,
closes.
there's something wrong
It
with
does with the door, and I swear he looked like a dad, like
There's something wrong
fidgeting
with
it back and forth, going.
There's something wrong with it.
No, it opens and closes. It's doing what a door's supposed to do.
It's already like the thermostat. I'm like, nobody touches that except for me. Which, by the way, I am trying to hoodie season it up right now, and I will tell you, I'm struggling.
Really?
Yeah, I am sweating up a storm.
That's so weird.
And what it feels like
you're
in
like,
here is it's a furnace.
You're weird, man.
It's
I
not.
like feel great.
But this is back on sale.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know it was only available for a small time, so January 24th.
Oh, there you go, chat.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Oh,
Gonna be
That
sick.
game looks so sick, dude. Oh my
Another
god.
fighting game from Arxis.
Weeb.
You guys are naming these games. You guys are like, man, this looks sick, and I think you guys are memeing, but you guys are serious.
Yeah.
No, Grand Blue Fan versus looks sick.
I'm still not a gamer anymore.
And then there was the it's another Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I don't remember when that one's
literally
coming out.
Weeb Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Sick. I want them to do an anime on Grand Blue. Grand Blue. Because I thought originally it was, but it's like in an original world by Arxis,
Yeah.
apparently.
I don't know why they haven't
should.
yet.
yeah, it looks sick.
Makes
Shut your
sense.
mouth, Roberto. All right. Or a tumbleweed Rob.
That's
All
what they
right?
called me
That's
because I do be tumbling.
my name. Yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 RE Mind.
Oh,
yes,
is that the DLC? Does that come out this week?
I have no idea. On PlayStation, it comes out early or late January 23rd. For Xbox, it comes out February. Whatever.
Xbox.
It comes out February.
Oh, all right. Maybe I'll crack that back open.
We have One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows. It might suck, but I'm going to buy it anyway. That'll be a fighting game. And it has an interesting mechanic where if you want to have Saitama on your team, which is One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's just like stupid strong. So it wouldn't make sense to make him a fighter. And like he's playing people and he's like actually fighting and losing. Like that wouldn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you have him on your team, he's a win condition. And if you get to a certain amount where you tag him in, there's just a whole cutscene. He comes in just when you win the game.
Really?
Yeah, but you like sacrifice
a spot on your team.
like a spot on your team. But if you're able to fulfill whatever it is to call him in, you like win.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
he's One Punch Man.
That's awesome. Like that.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team.
I'm really excited for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Mystery Dungeon, dude.
Yeah.
I know Rob's over remake season, but Mystery Dungeon is my child.
Oh, is this a remake too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Bro, that in Hollywood, what do you want, man? It ain't changing anytime soon. My Hero One's Justice 2.
Is that the movie?
No, it's a game.
Oh, that's a game? They come out with My Hero games?
Yeah.
Are they good?
Yeah, they're coming with the second one. We're going to find out. I don't know.
Well, let me guess. Is this a fighting game?
First one, yeah.
What the hell? Is this like fighting game month or something? What is this?
What else are they going to do with My Hero?
I don't know. A JRPG or something?
Visual novel?
That'd be cool. I'd probably read.
I'd
listen.
Neo 2. Oh, that's going to be sick.
That's like Dark Souls, right?
Ish.
Yeah.
It's like...
I never played the first one.
Too.
It was like Sekiro before Sekiro, just not as good as Sekiro because you can't beat Sekiro.
Never. Maybe beat your channel, but it's not going to...
I was able to do that. That comes out March 13th, PS4. I think it might be an exclusive. I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Doom 64 and Doom Eternal.
Now, is Doom Eternal Doom 2 or is it like a DLC?
Yes. Doom Eternal is a sequel.
Game. That's sweet. I didn't play the first one.
Fairy Tale. I didn't know they had a game coming
No way!
It's an anime.
Oh.
It's a good one.
Oh, is it?
No. I'm like 80 episodes deep. But it's a long one.
Yeah,
it's good, though. It's good.
I'm thinking about starting Dr. Stone, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Might branch out. He was saying it was good.
Bleeding Edge. I'm not sure how I feel about this one yet. I'm going to try it for sure.
Is this a fighting game?
Oh
my God.
Yes and no. It's like a hero battler, but it's like melee. So like imagine Overwatch, but you're only like melee, you know?
Uh-huh.
And you have like abilities.
And everybody's different.
Mm-hmm. It's like 4v4 with like objectives.
Seems interesting. I'm sure we'll make a video on it.
From Ninja Theory, so I'm interested in that one. But then...
Oh, great. Here's the heavy hitter.
Boy.
The fun stuff.
If these haven't hit you hard already, these titles.
Can't see it, audio listeners, but I'm pointing that finger gun in his head. I'm about to pull it. I'm gonna do it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. April 10th.
Yeah.
And it's Cyberpunk 2077, April 16th.
That's gonna be sweet.
Yes, it is. I cannot wait. Plus, I've been watching...
Are you gonna be able to beat Final Fantasy in 10 days?
No, I probably won't even play it just to save myself a big chunk of time for Cyberpunk.
Oh,
because I'm going hard, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New playthrough.
God only knows. That game is gonna be so intense. It's gonna be so involved, and I'm here for it. That's April 16th. Cannot wait. That's definitely my...
Oh, it's 6 days. Dang.
Yeah, it's my definitely my most anticipated 2020 that we know of so far.
Not Halo 6.
Infinite.
Oh, whatever.
Watch yourself. Yeah, no, Cyberpunk takes the cake.
Halo 3 is probably mine for that. I'm over remake season unless it's Halo 2 or Halo 3. That was the stipulation.
But then Last of Us Part 2, May 29th.
Ooh.
That one got delayed too.
Oh, it did?
Mm-hmm.
May seems like a good point for that, though.
Yeah, but that one is going to be...
Yeah.
Then there's also one I'm interested in. This one doesn't come out, though, until new console. It's going to be like, I think, with the PS5, like a launch title.
Mm-hmm.
Godfall. I don't know if you've seen anything about that.
No.
Dude, that game looks so sick. I know nothing about it. I just know I want it. It's an ARPG slasher. It looks dope.
Yeah. I think it was first revealed at Video Game Awards.
Yep, it was.
And then there's some other stuff.
Nothing to write home about?
League of Legends Wild Rift. That'll be the iOS, the mobile version of League. Specifically made, though, for mobile as well.
As if people didn't rage already at League. Now they
Legends of Runeterra, January 24th. Or no, yeah.
That's their card game, right?
Mm-hmm. It goes open beta, actually, like the 20th or 21st.
That's their turn-based card game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me make sure
Rob.
That I state that.
And they're talking about now, like, so the main way they're going to monetize it is by, like, board versions and
cool.
like things. They're trying to make it literally as free to play as possible.
Cool.
Which
I like that.
No card game has really ever done.
Are they going to have an economy though, or is it like a dust kind of system?
What they do is you can get shards or whatever to like craft, but then also wild cards. So if you open up like a rare wild card, it means you can just craft any rare.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me that. Which
I liked because the Magic the Gathering Arena did that, but they've been botching it apparently with economy and monetization and stuff. It's just a nightmare. And then Tim, January 21st, I think.
Next year?
No.
Oh, I see. I thought you were going like in order. I was like,
I just forgot to mention these aren't on the list. That the early access comes out next week.
There is a game I have to give my credit to. And
wait, Rob knows about a game?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And you like it a lot too. You've been posting a lot about it. Battlefront 2, bro.
Oh.
Battlefront 2 is sick.
That already came out.
I know, but like now I feel like it's a whole new game, honestly.
It is good.
It's totally sick. And if you haven't played it, go fucking play it. It's sweet. I love it.
Rust is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Rust Season 4 confirmed.
Shut up. Do not, I can't believe you just said that because now they're going to take that and fucking run with it.
PTXD right now.
I literally think about that all the time.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima? That's going to be sick.
Is that like dark? Oh, no, that's like that one game when he's like running through the field on the horse, right?
Samurai.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, that's on
looks
PS4.
Dope, but I also don't know a lot about it yet.
Yeah, you don't need to. Samurai, dude.
Yep,
that's all you need to know.
I saw a horse. I saw cool art. Yeah.
No, I'm in. And a samurai. Elden Ring, for some reason that name rings a bell.
Wow.
Dying Light 2.
Oh, that game was good.
Fun. Yeah, Dying Light was surprisingly
I feel like they revealed that game way too far ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot there was even...
I played a little bit of it at like, not last year's E3, but like 2 years ago E3 before they even announced it. It was pretty fun.
Anyway, we don't know what fall will hold because obviously there's going to be new consoles.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel like this E3, although Sony's skipping on E3 again, even with new consoles.
E3's stupid.
Especially with all like the leaks last year that happened with ESA.
Well, yeah, with all the journalists and stuff like that. I got boned with that too.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't, I don't see, because I mean, Nintendo's already on their way out. Like, Nintendo doesn't need E3 to make their announcements.
And isn't like, did anybody else think the Video Game Awards like was almost turning into like an E3 kind of thing? Like almost like.
Well, it's just another time a lot of eyeballs are watching it.
Well, I feel like that's what people are going to do now, though, is instead of having like an E3 press conference, just save that shit for the Video Game Awards or something.
Well, if you're big enough, you just do your own. Yeah. Like Bethesda, Sony.
Bethesda's losing it, though, man. I need Skyrim. I need Elder Scrolls 6 now.
It's not going to come out this year, though.
But I need it now to save your reputation.
I don't think anything's saving that reputation quickly.
They're off. Like I used to have a super fanboy love for Bethesda, dude, and that is gone. Like,
you know that one massage I took?
Yes.
Where the guy talked to it all?
Yeah.
He was unironically a Fallout 76 fan.
I'd say that's pretty in character.
Yeah, seriously.
And it was he told me, he's like, yeah. I was like,
I love it. Like, why don't you play Fallout 4?
Well, see, I also can't be like, you can't not like it. I mean, if you do, more power to you, but
you do, you're a freak.
You gotta set expectations a little higher, which I can't really say that because I play Pokemon, so that's a little
That's as low as you go.
I just remember us talking badly about 76 a while ago, and in the comments, people were like, "Fruit, you haven't even tried the new update. I paid $100 for my Super Fallout 76 pass, and it's a totally different game." And I'm just like, "Come on, bro."
And I'm gonna pay another $100 because it's a subscription fee. And if I don't keep paying my subscription fee, I lose my world. That doesn't even work yet, or something.
Which I know the argument is, yeah, but they took time to make it better. But they're still making so many blunders. And first off, how could they ever release a product like that and back it? Yeah. And Todd Howard was like, he never once said, he's like, yes, this is what, like, this is perfect. This is what people wanted. We didn't compromise. It was everything. And it's like,
and
this
then
was
literally later, he's like, yeah, we kind of messed up. We were shipping some trash.
Because when Bethesda releases games, they are known for being super buggy. Like when they first come out.
76.
This is a whole broken game. I think I got my money back because it was so. And then they put it on their own launcher. God, I hated that stupid ass game.
But yeah, I think because like the argument would be like, well, like Rob just said, Battlefront 2 is better. He gave it another chance. Except, I also think
the 3 years of updates.
Yeah, I think the other thing too is while Battlefront did ship with bad microtransactions, the game itself was still good and it was there.
The bone structure.
It's just whoever decided the player economy and how they were going to lock stuff, like that was the problem, the microtransaction. But the game itself was still solid. And now they fixed all that. You literally can't even buy microtransactions anymore. All of it's cosmetic if you want to, which I bought I think because I had Origin access, whatever, I got it for free.
Like everything.
The Celebration Edition, which has everything unlocked anyway.
Which how it should have been when the game came out.
So, I think that's completely different.
Yeah.
Like that was
Well, when I played Star Wars for the first time, it was like, wow, this is very pretty. The game is fun to play. I just wish there was more to do. When I play,
but it was a game.
When I play 76, it's nothing works. I can't even load into the server. I can't even talk to you. How's this inventory work? It's not even a game. Like,
which robot am I supposed to talk to?
Oh yeah, or like the terminal. So bad. The terrible game.
Yeah.
Probably the worst game of the year last year. And then it didn't help.
I thought it came out 2018. I don't even remember.
No, it had to been 2019. Like February 2019. I think.
I don't know. I flushed it from my mind.
It all happened so fast, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember so excited we hopped on. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's an ad.
Welcome back to the podcast where I'm not giving Rob time to sit down and I got to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I like that though.
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
Tonight we're seeing Weathering with you.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to cry.
For those unaware, it is from the same creators of Your Name,
Samina,
which if you have not seen that, fix that right now.
Real quick. It's not a movie, okay? Your Name, that's what I love about Your Name. It breaks the premise of a movie. It's a piece of art. Like, you could put it on the wall.
But that's a turn-based movie.
No, it's not. It is a movie. It's not a movie. It's a piece of art.
Wow.
Do yourself a favor and watch it.
I've never seen Rob talk so solemnly about something.
I mean it. It's a top 3, maybe even a top 2er.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like of any movie.
Yes, for sure.
It is
that
good.
movie makes me feel
fantastic.
Things.
And it made me, I will say it kind of ruined, what was ruined for me was after my whole KD thing and someone edited that. Like, what's inside? 0.0.
Oh, that was awesome. That's still probably one of my favorite Dream Team videos we've probably ever done.
God. But you should go see that. But that is from the creators of that one. And they're also using the same people who did the music, which is Radwimps, right? Mm-hmm. And, Rob, why don't you give us a little rendition? You gave us a little taste, but take it away.
Okay. I'm trying to think of which one I want to do and which one I can do without being very offensive. Samina sekawa isugima kasewa tokonomo sapiramo amozanipana. That's what it is, bro. That's nice. That was nice. I just killed that.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you like that? Please don't ever put me on the spot like that again, because I won't do it, and I will make you sing it instead. Don't ever put me on the spot.
Mine
again.
Would offend
I'm
people.
going to take you to the back and be like, you ever do something like that again.
You put me on the spot. I gotta tell you what. But before we get on to the next segment, let's thank our Patreon supporters, our patrons.
Woo! We love you.
Wayne NG, Brandon Smith, Beanerd, Sean, Logan Boyd, Throne Lisinski, Chris Yeager, Blake Russell, Deb Hollow, Jaden Blanche, Maria Brenius, GP Hash, newcomer Benjamin Thomas, as well as our stands, the Stag Omega Say Big Sexy Arts or the Stag Big Sexy Omega Arts and Say.
If you want to say it the wrong way.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support and we love you.
So we're gonna. I forgot to post like, hey, these are the questions for the podcast this week. Yes, I thought you were actually gonna throw that. I was like, wow. You are showing a lot of tendencies. So I kind of just
next time.
I just kind of went. I am going to go through some old ones, and there's actually, dude, a really fitting question, and I'm really weirded out that it actually came up.
It's about tumbleweeds.
No, it's about something on the table. Jameson Tanner says, I'm listening to episode 15 right now, and I have an anime question. Do any of you guys like Gundam animes? And if so, which ones? Gundam Wing is a classic and amazing, but I also love deep love for Gundam Seed/Seed Destiny.
I have only seen Gundam Wing.
That's the only one I've ever seen too.
And Endless Waltz, the movie. Fantastic movie.
I couldn't tell you what the anime is about. I just remember it's giant robots fucking fighting each other.
But I think I mentioned this on a podcast a while ago. I don't remember. But someone did send in the P.O. box a Gundam Wing model for me to build, which I used to do when I was a kid. It is Jesus. What is this? The Wing Gundam EW.
Is that's like the main protagonist is Gundam, right?
Mm-hmm. This is like the, at least from the.
But it doesn't come colored, right? Like you have to color it yourself.
I don't think so. But yeah, I used to, because when I used to build them, it's such a pain, and they hurt your fingers. You have to pop them out of these plastic things.
Oh no, they're colored.
Oh yeah, looks like some of them are. Wow, spoiled. Because when I did it, they all came like this, just the white or like silver, and then it was all silver, and then you'd have to paint it yourself. So it would look really cool, and then I would paint it, and then it looked terrible. But thankfully, these are colored.
Oh my god, look at the little stickers, dude. That's gonna be so. I don't have the patience for this.
But you see, these things where you have to pop them out of this. You blister and it like rips apart skin so much.
I'm not a fan of that.
But it's fun.
I don't
stand the final product. I'll have to do this eventually, and then we can put it up somewhere in here.
Yeah. But I've only watched it when it was on Toonami. So like I've never really like I couldn't tell you if I watched it from beginning to end. If it was on after Dragon Ball Z, sure, I watched it.
As per usual, I'm a horrible person and didn't bother to bring the letter, so I don't know.
Thank you, Ethan.
We appreciate you. I think this was from Singapore. He's the one that also sent all that other stuff. And like your I think the Midoriya keychain or whatever. Yeah. I think that's what he sent.
I put that on my shelf. Blue, did you ever watch Gundam Wing or any of the Gundams?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit. I was never like crazy into Gundam Wing though.
Yeah,
I wish I could say I was like deep into it. I just remember it on Toonami and that's it.
Yeah, I just remember like one day like watching a bunch of robots fight each other, and that was pretty much all.
Toonami was flat, dude. Toonami was a banger.
Oh, Toonami like
absolutely
like introduced me to everything that I love about like by animes. I mean just Dragon Ball Z. There are two others that I watch.
But I was gonna say, you remember what this reminds me of? Try to stab it with you. Toy Soldiers, is that what that movie's called?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
Like the late 90s or
That's a
whatever.
good movie.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I love that movie. I used to have the little figurines from that too.
All right, here's a good one from Winky Dinky. This follows the Avatar bending universe.
Oh.
If you guys could have...
I hate this question.
If you guys could bend any elements, what would you guys bend?
God.
P.S. I love the podcast. He loves the podcast, okay? So you have to answer this.
Okay.
True.
I've thought about this a little bit. I think we can immediately negate two of them. Earth and water.
What?
Because you always need a source.
But you have source everywhere on Earth.
No, well, so let's say you're water. You're not near a body of water unless you're carrying something with you. You probably don't have a.
I don't like water bending. I'm with you. I would not even think about it.
Earth is nice, and you're usually on Earth. But we saw most people.
Am I allowed? Can I have metal bending?
Yeah, but here's the thing too. The whole thing, like we kind of saw in Korra, it depends on how pure the metal is and what it's made out of. If it's crude metal, then you can probably bend it. But if it's like finer, you can't.
So you're team air or team fire?
Think about air or fire. At least from here's the thing: we're not going by M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's movie.
Well, that's a terrible movie.
Because with him, firebenders needed a source. But
they did?
Yeah, but in the show, they never did. They never needed a source. Yeah, come on, never needed a source.
I mean, air is a source for fire, so technically, like, they don't need one.
But between air and fire, you always because like water and earth would be cool, but I'm thinking practicality at all times, able to utilize air or fire. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
air you could fly.
I'm with you with the whole water part. I think water is probably the dumbest one. Like, ooh,
although it would be cool. Well, here's the thing. I also have thalassophobia.
I'm literally about to go in on you guys.
Blue likes water.
I have thalassophobia. So while going underwater and being able to like breathe underwater would be cool, I'm already terrified of the ocean. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
So
is that what that's called?
Yeah. Like you're scared of big bodies of water.
Oh, like open water and stuff?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah. No.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Like Subnautica, literal sweats when I go down. Like I tried to make a video. And there's like when I'm playing by myself, I literally like have panic attacks because there's at a point where you like get out from like the reef, and then it's just
water
open, and it freaks me out. I can't do it, even in a video game. So that's why I probably wouldn't also waterbend. Earthbending is dope. That one I would possibly think about, regardless of the fact that you need a source.
Yeah, I think Boomy makes me want to be an earth. So I think I would probably pick earth.
You hear that, Boomy?
Yeah. But like Appa, my dog, I think I'd go with airbending.
Airbending.
Plus, if you get into the darker stuff, which is in like the extended universe, whatever,
the manga,
you can suck the air and oxygen out of people and kill them that way. Like you have blood bending.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can suck the air and oxygen out of people. Yeah. Of course, that's a bit darker.
Yeah. All right, so let's hear it, waterbender. Why would you?
Anyways, if you want to get into some real dark shit, nothing gets darker than waterbending. You guys are like,
go in the blood bending.
I could burn people. Ooh, earth. I could crush. Oh, I could suck someone's air out. I could literally bend your blood. I could.
Okay, but you need a full moon.
Doesn't matter. No, you don't need a full moon if you have the right lineage. And if we're talking about like straight full power of bending, I would absolutely pick waterbending. One, bloodbending is legit like the most OP bending in the series. It is busted.
It's pretty crazy.
Legit people who should have no reason to be fighting avatars are out here like 1v1ing avatars because bloodbending is overpowered as shit.
1v1 mate.
Two, I can freeze anything at will. Bro, how is that not OP?
But it has to have water.
Yeah, you have to like freeze water. You're not just freezing.
And then finally, three, if you are a good enough waterbender, you can literally bend water out of the air. Let's not act like that has not been in the
You had to
series.
take that from living things, though.
Okay, and?
Yeah, so it's not out of air. At the cost of killing things.
Yeah, but
you
Plant McGee over here.
That or as we did see, if you sweat enough, which I guess maybe I should become a waterbender because I'll have plenty of
sweat. You would do great.
Yeah,
waterbending is so versatile, and you guys are not giving it the credit it deserves.
I respect that though. That's a sleeper ass.
I could fly.
Yeah, I like Earth. I'm all around it. You know what I mean? I'm a hoo. Like, that's what I do. That's what I do.
Ha ha.
Yeah, ha.
I always thought about that though. Like if bending was real, I feel like civilization would have such a hard time doing anything. Because people just destroy everything.
Well, that's what they say in like My Hero Academia, that like the progress of humans like stopped because everybody got like superpowers. Like so it never like advanced. Like they said we'd be having vacations on the moon, but because people got quirks, everything slowed down.
Who needs vacations on the moon when you got quirks, bro?
All right, I have a question. I wrote into the Patreon. They selected it. Wow, very cool. We have a question from Rob.
Okay, from Tumbleweed Blaze 420.
Nice. My question is, who do you guys think is revealed tomorrow in the Super Smash reveal? I would say.
Oh,
By the way, just to preface, this is on Wednesday, and this comes out Sunday, so you guys already know who it is. We don't.
Dante for me.
Dante. Oh,
so you go with the leaks.
I feel like they've done a lot of because someone from Capcom or the Devil May Cry team said, look out for these dates. And one was January 16th. And lo and behold, the direct for Smash is January 16th.
Now the newest Devil May Cry was the third one, right?
Fifth.
Oh, okay. Fifth. See, now here's my theory.
Great game, by the way.
I think it's Sora because in the post, they had the guy put 3 fingers up. So Kingdom Hearts 3, it's coming.
Oh god.
What are you laughing at?
I'm hoping for Steve. Steve.
That'd be cool too. I'd be super
No, that
down.
would not be cool.
You wouldn't? Really?
I would not. That's
His
so dumb.
his moveset's so easy though. His neutral B, he pulls out his bow and arrow. This attack, he pulls out a pickaxe. This attack, he pulls
a sword.
Yeah, it'd be super easy.
He'd be a sword character.
Another swordy. Just what we needed. Well, so will Dante.
Yeah, no, I hope it's not Dante. I hope it's Sora, even though he would probably also be a sword character.
The leak's from a while ago.
It's a key.
I'd totally be down for Doom Guy. I think that'd be interesting. Plus, I like Doom Guy.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I don't even know. Like I was telling Rob earlier, like since Joker and Hero and Terry Bogard, I have no idea.
Terry Bogard. That's still
I didn't
the
see
one that
any of those coming.
I didn't see Terry Bogard, or I don't even know who
Banjo
Hero
was
is.
a meme, and it was kind of like, oh yeah. So like they did it, and that was kind of like, yeah, it was kind of like I didn't think this would happen, but I saw it. Like, makes sense.
This one's for the fans, kind of.
Yeah, but the other ones was like, what? And I think they all have a good place in the game. I think they've always done a good part of that. It's just I never know.
I think Sakurai put 3 fingers up because he said Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming. I'm with Sammy on this one.
Another swordy.
Yeah, dude, why not? And then he can but then you can play as Sora, you could play as like Ventus, you could play as like Roxas, you could play as like Axel, you could play as like Sephiroth. Maybe.
I'm hoping new Pokemon Eevee. Come on, yes, yes.
That'd be kind of cool. And Eevee.
We might eventually get because they did with Greninja and then with Incineroar, we might get a Gen 8 Pokemon.
What if you get what's the blue the third evolution of that blue one?
Oh, if we get Inteleon, I'm returning the game. They can have that.
Oh no, please don't.
Yeah, no.
If they put any Pokemon in, the only choice is Rillaboom.
Blue, with no leaks provided, would you pick Dante still?
I would still pick Dante.
Oh.
Dante is probably one of the most requested ones.
Would you be happy with Dante?
I would be very happy with Dante. Dante would fit so well into Smash.
You know who I like?
Who?
Cuphead.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Plus, if they did his animation style, another 2D. Hey, what did you? Hey.
Yeah, you.
Oh, you want to get roasted now? Hey, come on now.
That's some of our favorite content.
What about Cuphead? Huh?
Cuphead.
Did you not like Cuphead?
I don't care for Cuphead.
Oh, dude, now I hate you. You had my back earlier.
This is more egregious than Rob about turn-based games.
What about the tumbleweed? Is it worse than that?
I don't know. Okay, you can't honestly say that.
Wow. All right. Yeah, Blue. You suck.
Wow. Really? I love Cuphead.
Well, and then if they did kind of a Game & Watch style with him, Game & Watch is a terrible
Plus
fighter.
You have Cuphead, Mugman. Those would be his ultimates.
But then the way Game & Watch moves is so cool. I just think it's so interesting that he still moves as how the 4D characters move, but he's 2D. I think it's just really cool, and they could do that with him.
Well, plus on top of that, yeah, the way they animated it, Cuphead, the 30s cartoons and stuff, has its own animation style.
Yeah,
and then on top of that, his moveset, I feel like you could just pull from all the different kind of perks and stuff you can put on him.
Yeah,
that could be his different stuff. I think it'd be fun.
Super sick.
But Blue disagrees.
Yeah, Blue thinks
you know what? I think Dante is a little. But I didn't say anything. All right, jeez.
Nobody wants Cuphead in Smash. Nobody's out here
I don't want Dante.
Cuphead.
I want Cuphead.
All right, well, you're a minority in this situation, unfortunately.
I've never played a Devil May Cry game, so is it turn-based?
You know what?
Maybe.
I want Ninja.
Actually dope.
Ninja or Bust. He's in Fortnite. Let's get him in Smash.
That'd be really cool.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Why not?
No.
You have him Pon as one of the celebrations.
Oh my god!
No, his Pon is like a critical hit. If you hit at the tip of his Pon, just it's like a 9. Yeah.
They get him at the tip. That's hilarious.
That is crazy though that they added a ninja skin, a literal ninja skin. It's not even
an homage.
Yeah, it's literally ninja in his getup with his logo and his name and everything.
Do you think they paid him? Or do you think they were hey,
he might get percentage of the sales?
He absolutely gets paid.
Yeah, he's probably getting percentage. They probably did
per
something
skin
like that.
Sale or something like that.
Something like that. They had to work out some deal.
Yeah, probably 30%.
Because even if I was Ninja, I'd be flattered, but I'd be like, but you're also paying. Like,
wow, I do love your game, but where's the cheddar at?
Well, because he'd also be like, I know I'm going to sell you a lot of skins for this. Like, come on, though.
Do you think this is gonna start like you'll see a Tim the Tatman skin now, and now we'll see like a Nick Merc skin or like an XQC skin?
I guess it could open the door, but I wouldn't mind if it was limited
Just
to
a ninja.
Just because of like the cultural significance he had. Like, no matter what you think of the guy or whatever his content, or if you've never liked him or whatever, it's undeniable the cultural effect he's had. So I think an homage to it is fitting.
Yeah. But you don't see this opening the door for like a Valkyrie. See, now you knocked him, dude. We had it going for so long, dude. We were about to end the podcast with him, and now
he's just chilling. Nice, big chilling.
Oh no, okay.
He's fine.
You comfortable, Blue?
Yeah, we all right.
Okay, we all right.
We all right, chat.
All right, but you know it's not all right that we got to end the podcast.
Yeah, that's the worst transition.
Yeah, that is the worst, and
because it means
saddest.
It's over.
Yeah. Blue, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me everywhere at BlueWestlo.
Nice. You can find me everywhere at Rabby V.
Mr. Fruit.
And
more or less.
If you want more tumbleweed tweets, follow me and shit.
No, jeez.
That is, I was literally like driving, like, what the fuck are up with these tumbleweeds, man? Like, I hate this shit.
I can't believe you thought.
And then
I
compared
it to a caterpillar.
And then I came home,
butterfly.
and they're two different. Never mind. We'll catch you guys next week.
We're ending it here. Thank you for watching. We'll have stories from PAX South next week.
Banger stories. I'm getting fucked up.
No, he's not. No, he's not.